What an absolute shit show of an NFL season has just passed us by. But before we head into the promised land, we're going to take a quick peek at the top 3 takeaways from the 2025 NFL season. Reason number 1, unbelievably terrible officiating. Can we just take a look at the officials? The inconsistency in the NFL officials this year ruined some games, ruined some players. The officiating was terrible. You had coaches, you had players, you had people in management all talking about how bad the NFL officiating was this year. And unfortunately, next year, I don't see it getting any better. Another takeaway from the NFL season in 2025 was surprising outcomes. I don't think anybody had the Patriots and the Seahawks going head to head in the Super Bowl, which in my opinion turned out to be a pretty shitty Super Bowl, but they were in the Super Bowl nonetheless. Were they the best 2 teams in the league? Arguable, but they did make it to the big show. Now, other shocking things, Kansas City doesn't even make the playoffs. Pat Mahomes is injured. His ACL is torn. He's already had surgery. Will he be back for game 1 of next season? Right now, everything is questionable. And the Baltimore Ravens also did not make the playoffs. Joe Burrow was injured for the majority of the season, and boom, the Cincinnati Bengals do not make the playoffs either. So they talk about the big 4 being Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Lamar Jackson. Well, only one of those 4 players made the playoffs. And I'll go right here. Number 3, Cooks caught it. Yes, it's a Celsius peach mango. Yes, it is. Cooks caught it. That's it. Brandin Cooks caught the ball. We don't need to rehash it. It kind of piggybacks off one where it's terrible officiating. But in my opinion, Brandin Cooks made the catch and the Bills were robbed, but we don't have to go back down that path. Or do we? No, we won't go down that path. But all I know is terrible officiating, huge surprises, which every NFL season there's surprises. Some are good, some are bad. But I mean, the Seahawks, I don't think many gave them a chance. Nobody thought the Patriots would even win the AFC East, let alone represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. Terrible game or not, those were the 2 teams clashing in the Super Bowl. And the MVP. So it was down to Drake May and Matthew Stafford. And Stafford takes home the most valuable player in the NFL for the regular season. Josh Allen got 2 first-point votes. Hey, Justin Herbert got 1. Justin Herbert got 1 first-place MVP vote. And no one even knew he was playing half the time because he was injured. He had a broken hand. People thought he wasn't even playing. Apparently he was, because somebody thought he was the most valuable player in the NFL. I've also got an honorary mention, which is the NFL Pro Football Hall of Fame is an absolute joke. When you have the most decorated, considered greatest NFL football coach of all time, Bill Belichick, 8 Super Bowl rings, 6 as a head coach, 2 as a defensive coordinator, and he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer? That tells you all you need to know about this Hall of Fame. It's an absolute joke. Robert Kraft, he doesn't get in the first ballot. Probably the best owner of any franchise, going off wins in Super Bowls. What are you telling me next? In 2 years, when Tom Brady is eligible, he's not going to make it? That would be a catastrophe for the NFL. But let's be honest, Belichick more Super Bowls than any player / coach. He's got 8 of them. Not a first ballot Hall of Famer. And you got these other J-Brones who makes the Hall of Fame. They didn't even play football. And some of them did play, and they're jealous because they sucked as a coach. Tony Dungy, maybe. And yeah, it's absolutely disgusting, this Hall of Fame. Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft are first ballot Hall of Famers, bar none. Next year, I think Gronkowski is eligible for the Hall of Fame. Are you telling me the greatest tight end in NFL history isn't going to make it into the Hall of Fame on the first ballot? Absolutely pathetic. Injuries also played a huge role in this season. Joe Burrow was out for the majority of the season. Micah Parsons got injured a few weeks before the playoffs. Huge injuries. I mean, you want to talk about Green Bay. Tucker getting injured, their best receiver who was a tight end, on top of the defensive all-star Micah getting injured. The Packers, they had some issues, but the Lions had issues. A lot of teams had very, very bad issues. But in the end, that's just football. And unfortunately for those teams, they didn't make it far. But you know who did? The Super Bowl champions, the Seattle Seahawks.